Greetings, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, all that good stuff in one because that's how it works, right? I am Dr. Thomas, and I am here today with Deanna,
Hello,
and we're here to
everybody.
have a little conversation and all that fun stuff. So, welcome. As you come in, feel free to put your name in the chat. Let us know who's here, whether you're on the replay, you're watching it live. We are here. We greatly appreciate your support and you being here tonight. Deanna, how are you today? How was your day?
It was very good, actually. Nice day, and I noticed the sun was still shining at 5:30, so things are looking up, looking good, heading towards spring. How about you? How was your day?
Oh, just peachy.
Peachy.
No,
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna be we're gonna be talking about this, but it's my day was peachy. My day was good. It's we're gonna talk about this in a little bit, but yes, it's something to remember. So Sarah, welcome. Hi. Chris, welcome. Hi. Also, um, welcome to our conversation tonight. Anyone else that jumps in, feel free to just say hi as you come along. And as we go along, if you have any questions whatsoever about what we're talking about or what we're not talking about, any questions about your own spiritual journey, feel free to just drop it in the chat and we'll have a conversation about that. But, Deanna, I want you to talk a little bit about who you are before we get started tonight.
Sure. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Deanna. I am an energy therapist, meaning that I work with different energy modalities to provide energetic healing to the light body. I do tarot cards. I do a little bit of mediumship, spiritual life coaching. I've been working with Dr. Thomas for, I don't know, we've been doing some healings together for over a year now. Um, and I am here to help facilitate, help heal, and help you find your way back to who you've always been. So that's me in a nutshell. Dr. Thomas, why don't you tell us about yourself a little bit?
No one needs to know about me.
Oh, everybody does.
No, I've been here for about 6 years, uh, going on this journey, and as we go along the journey, the biggest thing about the journey, the biggest thing about wherever you are at in your journey, because it is a journey, is understanding that you are on a journey, and as you go on this journey, you are always learning. I often have these conversations when we go to like our last talk we did at the bookstore. I'll have these conversations, and one word I really dislike when people say and talk about it is the word enlightened, because it's gotten such a incorrect connotation, and I often see that. You talk about right now what everything's going on, like woke culture and all that. Enlightened is the same type of thing. Enlightened, many people think is, oh, you're some guru, you know all this stuff, you're better than us. That is how it comes across. But enlightenment and being enlightened actually means that yes, you have gained some wisdom, but the key to it all is you understand that you are always learning and growing. And that any conversation you have, anyone you meet or talk to, you can learn something new that is needed for you in your own journey, or relearn something that you have forgotten that you need to take forward with you. And so I say that because what I want to talk about is kind of like that in a way. As we go through these journeys, we are always going to find these moments, these opportunities, these times when we are like, oh my goodness, I am knowing this, I have this wisdom, this knowledge, whatever's happened to me is phenomenal, it's wonderful, it's great. And we get to these points, these plateaus, where we need to then decide, who we are and if we are going to continue to grow or we think we've reached the top. And I tell you right now, you'll never reach the top. And if we understand that adds something different to who we are and how we move forward. It doesn't mean we can't stop and smell the roses. It doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the moment that we are in. In fact, it means the exact opposite. You are to enjoy the moment you are in. You are to experience. You are to live in that now that you are in. But understand, there's more to learn. And you will continuously learn as you go. A little thing, so, just give it to me. So even since our last time we spoke, I happened to just be scrolling and something came to me and it hit me. What this person, this monk was saying was like, oh my goodness, it wasn't anything new or earth shattering to me. But it was one of those moments where it's like, oh, yes, I need to go back to this. Strike that. I need to move forward with this. A simple thing. And that's why I wanted to talk to a simple thing. We all have mantras of some sort. I know you have a couple mantras, and I'm going to ask you to share your mantras. But real fast, Cheryl, hi, welcome. Yeah, anyone else that's on, feel free to just pop your name in and say hi to us. But mantras are a big thing. And a mantra, an affirmation, whatever you want to call it, however works for you, is something that you remind yourself. Whether you say it, you think it, you feel it, believe it, it's something that just affirms who you are or where you're at or what you're doing. Well, there were 3 affirmations that I heard recently. They were not new, but they were reminders. And as I say them, they're not just reminders, but they're reminders of who I am, who I'm trying to be. And sometimes when you get lost, sometimes when you're on these journeys and you don't know which way you're going, you sometimes just need to go back to the basics. To the basics. And so I'm going to share the first mantra, this first affirmation that this monk shared. And I adjusted it for simplicity, for how I feel it should flow. But it always starts off the same. When you wake up in the morning, during the middle of the day, doesn't matter when, tell yourself, today is the best day. Today is the best day. And I will always learn as I go. Today is the best day. And you start with that. You lead with that because that's what it is. That's what your day is. It's the best day. And then I am fully present. And I remember to learn. And you say this and you remind yourself this for 1, 2, and 3 things. Your mindset determines everything. What you create starts off with your initial thought, and your mind is something you control. Oh, children, breathe with us. You control so much about everything that's around you. And the first thing to do is to believe that. So no matter what is happening to you, if you start off with this phrase, today is the best day. First off, it is true. Let not forget that. It is, because there is no more a tomorrow. And to yesterday does not exist anymore. You are only in today. So today, by default, is the best day. But you, as way you think about it, if you say to yourself, today's the best day, then you are adding this positive connotation to your day. And now just be in that moment you are in. Experience where you are in. Let go the past. Don't mind the future. Be in the now, because it is when you are in the now and in the present that you create the future and you release the past. And no matter what happens to you in this day, everything happens because of compassion for you. Did you hear what we said? Everything happens because of compassion for you. And compassion, simply put, is us telling you we understand who you are, that we are all connected, and everything you experience is happening to you for a reason, for your growth, for your development, for your journey. So what we are saying here is simple. We love you. But if you can say today's the best day, and I am present in this moment, and I remember to learn, then no matter what you experience, it will become a positive. More so than that, whatever you experience, you ready, will come forth to you in a way that you can make it positive. Because you control your mind. And by doing that, you dictate what can happen to you and how you react, which brings us to the second part. You control your mind, and by such, you decide how you respond. And if you can respond with mindfulness through peace, love, and joy, you've taken this beautiful, great day, a great day that's in front of you that you're in the present moment for. One that you're in the present moment for, and you know you're learning and growing, but you now can control how you react and how you respond, because it's the only thing you can control in this world. And if you choose to control that by responding with peace, love, and joy, you are now putting out in the universe, this is a beautiful day, this is a beautiful day, beautiful day. This is the best day ever, and I am learning and growing in this day, and I'm in this moment, focused on this moment now, because I'm creating my future, and I'm going to create my future by continuing my positive peace, love, and joy. But whatever comes into me, I get to choose how I respond to it. And if I can choose a peaceful acknowledgement with love, joy, and happiness and peace as a response, I'm taking the time to be mindful of what that is happening. Understand that it's the best thing and how I want to go forward with it. Which leads you to the third. I am blessed. And all around me, I can see so much abundance. And I'm grateful for that. That is a challenging one. All around me, I can see the abundance. Oh my, this is where you must really understand the second part and the first part to get to the third part. If you can understand that today is the best day, that everything you do is our compassion towards you. That it is all aligned for your growth. For you to understand then how you can react. Not react, respond. Not react, respond with compassion. You're now controlling all that comes to you and how you react to it and how the energy and vibes move off of that. Which then leads to the understanding that you are blessed. Because you're having this peace and coming in, even in moments of which should be for others and are for others extremely stressful. For you, it is not, because you understand it's the best, that you're living in this moment. You understand that you are learning and that you have control over you and how you respond, and you've chosen to respond in this mindfulness. You understand then you are blessed. And then you can able to see all the little abundances around you. It might not be the abundance that you wanted because you were thinking, I need $1 million. That is not how abundance works. But you will find the little things. Then slowly they get into the big things. And you become grateful for that. If you can start with that, what it will lead for you is incredible. And we're just going to talk because he's going to take, this morning alone, yesterday morning alone, oh my goodness, this week alone, I guarantee anyone else would have gone crazy. Batshit crazy, having to do what I've done. I not only meetings all day at work, the 9 to 4, but kids missing buses, having to chase down the bus in the car, waiting, turning around, parking at a corner, waving the bus down so it sees me so my daughter will get onto the bus, another one oversleeping, driving back and forth here and there, getting everything going on, then getting to meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, solving problems, doing all this, then having called in a weird meeting. Oh my goodness. But you know what? None of it fazed me. I was in that moment. I'm like, all right, you missed the bus. Get in the car. Honey, get in the car. Honey, get in the car. Okay, I had to get my voice up so she would listen to me to get in the car. And then we drove and we caught the bus. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm too tired. Okay, she fell back asleep. I did what I needed to do. Got everything I wanted done. I'm like, honey, I've got to be in work in 30 minutes. And it takes me 30 minutes to get there. And I still have to drive 10 minutes the other direction to drop you off at school. But, teenage girls, getting the makeup on, get everything done. They got to be their way. And it's okay. And I texted, hey, I'm going to be late because I'm going to be late. And thank God you don't have daughters. Okay? That was my response to people. That's how it's always been. But it's about taking that time, choosing how you're going to respond. Because when you choose to respond and you make your own choice and you respond with that peace and love, guess what? You then are peace and love. And then you are once again putting that out there. And what are you going to attract for you? Peace and love. And that's how you create. Because you're living in that moment in a positive way. And I can look around and I can see all the little abundances and the bigger ones that are there. They might not always be right in front of me or within my grasp. I see them in the horizon. I see what's happening. And sometimes it is hard because you don't see what's around the corner. But the more you can approach it this way, understanding that today is the best day. It is the best day, and you are going to be in that present, not always on the phone, not always thinking about, definitely not thinking about what tomorrow is going to bring, and not thinking what happened yesterday, but you're in this moment here now, because you can't fix tomorrow. I can't fix yesterday, and tomorrow you can't create till you get there. You can set it up, but you got to set it up with how your mindset is now. And then the rest comes into place, because now you can choose how you control things. You can choose how your mind works. You choose your path. More than anything, you choose how you react. And what people won't say is, when you react mindfully, with that love, compassion, people don't know how to respond. If they're mad and upset, they won't be much longer. They'll either leave you because they can't stand someone being positive and at peace, or they themselves will find that peace and want to be around you more because it makes them feel better. And then you begin to see that abundance because you understand how blessed you are. And just say thankful. Because gratitude creates some of the most powerful energy and manifesting that is around. So, welcome to everyone that came in. I know some other people came in since my little channel, my rant there. I'm going to be quiet for a second. If you have any thoughts or questions, please put them in the chat. But in the meantime, what say you, Deanna?
Well, you said so much. I mean, you covered a lot of really, really powerful things. I do similar. I like, for me, my mantras or my affirmations or whatever you want to call them. First thing I say almost every morning is, it's a beautiful day. And it doesn't matter if we get 10 feet of snow or it's raining or it's sunny or anything. The first thing I try to say is, it's a beautiful day, to start the day off on that and to bring that positivity in even before I'm out of bed. And then as I go on about the day, when things get stressful, because they do, this is life, we work, we have, I mean, your bus story and the stuff you have with your girls, me, whatever I happen to be dealing with, is to stop and remember for a minute, but I'm here, but I'm breathing. And sometimes, sometimes it's a smaller thing you say just to get yourself through. Okay, I made it this far. I will succeed. I will move forward. This will end. This does end. This is ended. To get yourself to a mindset of, it's really going to be okay. And to bring in that calm, like you're talking about, and that peace that you have to carry inside. And you're absolutely right. When you greet somebody who is angry or upset with a sense of calmness, with a sense of peace, they don't know how to answer. They will disappear, or they will stop and take a breath and maybe realize, okay, maybe I was out of line. They were out of line. But as for the affirmations and stuff, I think it's really important what you said. You mentioned gratitude. And that's a big part of my daily practice is giving thanks. So I may wake up and say, it's a beautiful day. When I go to bed, I simply say, thank you. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for everything. Just thank you. And remembering throughout the day to be grateful for those things that we have, those, when it seems that the other things are really big that are weighing us down, remember that the smaller things, or the things that we perceive are smaller, add up and make even bigger good things. So I may say in the mornings, I'm grateful for I say it a lot and I can never think of it on command. I give thanks for the abundance and the continued abundance that the universe continues to provide me on a perpetual basis in more ways than I can imagine, or something along those lines. Kind of depends where my mind is and what it is that I'm actually focusing on, but it's always a sense of gratitude. I'm here, I'm living, I have a beautiful life. I am blessed. All those kinds of thoughts bring you into that positive mindset, like you were talking about. And remembering to hold on to that can be a challenge. I mean, Thomas, I give you tons of credit because you really are able to hold that peace. And I've seen that, and you exude that to the people around you. We're not all that lucky all the time, and not all of us can manage to do that. But when you work at it, and when it becomes something that you keep at the forefront of your mind, you become mindful of keeping yourself in a place of acceptance and love and happiness and balance and all of those things that we strive so hard, it eventually becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, we can continue to do that. And then we can be the ones that can exude that to others. And it's so important to just remind yourself, if nothing else, it's a beautiful day, just like you said. And thank you. Always thank you. Because you're affirming to yourself. And who are you thanking? The universe, your religious, whatever beings you have, the angels, the galactics. You're thanking yourself because we carry all of that within us. And you're giving yourself permission to say, okay, this was a good day. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. Tomorrow is a beautiful day, and keep living in that place, and it becomes your reality. Just like you said, your perceptions, your reactions form the basis of your reality, and it's really up to you how you want to experience life. It's not a victim. It's not, oh, things are so terrible for me, but it's, no, I choose this. I choose to be, fill in the blank, whatever it is. Me, I choose to be happy. I choose to walk a life of gratitude and a life of being a helper and all the things that I'm called to do. Do I fall off the path? Oh, heck yeah. You, Thomas, have heard me say, oh my God, this, or this. But then it's a moment of saying, okay, these things happened. Now what? Am I going to live in that minute, in that feeling? Is that how I want to feel? Or am I going to choose that life of joy, that moment of peace, whatever it is? And when you become mindful enough to do that, then
So
it becomes who you are.
so let's stop with that
Mhm.
because you said something you've said a couple things that we need to address. And you said it this way: when I become mindful, when I oh honeys, I know you want to talk like that. You want to be like a mother right now. Oh dear, oh mothers. Oh, should I take care from Bashatoya, dear. I but should not go. They're saying you don't be like me. Okay, they're literally saying don't try to be like me. All right, and let me explain what that means. This is a journey and a process. Usually, it starts with some type of awakening where you go something that's traumatic, and then it takes time. Though time does not matter, nor does it exist, it does for you. It takes time to understand who you are, where you come from, where you want to go, and to believe all that is happening around you without being shown. You don't get to see the sixth sense, many of you. And you just need to have faith and trust. It is not easy. It does not come overnight. We're reminded of the story that Lee Carroll shared in The Journey Home. If anybody's not read The Journey Home, it really is the book to read. It's a channeled message, and in one scene, there's a woman who is greeting her grieving father. And what she shows is the true definition of love. Without getting into the story, love is quiet. Love has no agenda. Love does not boast. And love uses all of that together perfectly. And as part of this story, you learn about this woman. You learn that her journey to understand those aspects took 9 years. 9 years to get to that point. Yes, so don't they, and they're looking at me and what yeah, I know. I started teaching that like 2 years into my journey, okay? It's not that I fully got it, but I have some weird wiring and I have a weird connect. So I'm able to get some of the stuff. I can't explain it. But it takes time to even understand the basics of this. To understand that if you approach every day with this is going to be a great day, and no matter what is thrown at you, you understand that you are learning. To understand that if you are present in the moment and that yesterday doesn't matter and tomorrow hasn't come yet, but you're in this moment. It's going to be a great day, and you can control and you start practicing that no matter what happens, you remain in that peace. You begin to grow, and every day seems to have more abundance, and you see more and you see more. But it takes time. And so I can teach this, we can teach this, and feel like one that we are these teachers. But trust me, when I went back to the beginning of enlightenment is understanding that you do not know everything and that you are constantly learning. So when you're in the moment, having these good days, you learn. And I've learned all this stuff. Everything I shared today, I learned years ago, but you forget it at times. You need to be reminded of it to bring it back. And now the really cool thing is to teach it or use it at a higher level than when you were first told some of this stuff. So it isn't easy, but it is. Once you make that transition, like we talked about two shows ago, when you're in that transition, like many of us are in this journey, you start seeing the differences in you. But you're still attached to all those around you that know the old you. And you start shaking off that old you and becoming the new you. There are moments where you have to do it yourself. There are moments it's going to get a little more difficult. But we promise you, if you learn, stay in that mindset, understand that you control, understand how you respond, and be blessed and grateful and see the abundance around you, it will be easier than you can imagine. It really can. And, I see, I shared, this, when I get out of balance, it's all well. I say to myself, all is well and everything is working out for my good. That goes back to the first thing we said. We will all go through these challenging moments. We have to just remind ourselves. And this, trust me, with all that I've gone through, I'm still shocked sometimes I'm here saying, like, well, you can define sane in different any way you want. I'm still here saying, and it's all because I learned in every instance. And eventually, when I started to get some challenges in front of me, I realized it's nothing more than what exactly was shared. All is well. And I know this is going to work out for an amazing thing. I just can't see it in front of me because I'm not there yet. And the more positive I am, the more understanding and mindful I am and peaceful I am, the quicker it comes. And I want to share something that Chris shared here. I see his three things he shared, but about a week or so ago, he was going to some ecstatic dance about an hour or some away from his house. And as he got there, he realized no one was there. He texted his buddy and it was canceled. Now think about this. You drove an hour, 15 minutes. How would you respond? How would you feel? It took him a moment, but then he realized, well, it was a beautiful ride. And he accepted, okay, I'm here. Similar things have happened to me. In fact, there's times I'm like, I just hope no one shows up, or blah, blah, blah. I get there, and if no one's there, it's perfect, because then I can do whatever I want. And what I've done half those times is take my own walk or hike, or done what I wanted to, where I was. So wouldn't have gone there anyways if it wasn't for that. I'm like, you know what? This is how it is. Let's deal with it. Let's go with it and make it the best out of the situation that I'm in. That happened to me once over the summer. crazy part, I agreed to meet someone. I was pretty confident this person wasn't real. It was like one of those AI chatbots, whatever. Doesn't matter. And I'm like, I don't care. I want to go to this place. I went there. Ended up being this phenomenal trail and hike and all this stuff. Beautiful. I had my excuse was I'm going to meet this person there. They weren't real. I knew that. But I went there anyways. It was my reason to get out, and I got there and I had a great experience. Um, it's about the mind frame you take with it all. When it happens, if you are understanding that it's a great day and you control your mind, when things don't go as you expect, because we want to expect the unexpected, they don't go as you expect. Let them happen so you can see how amazing it's supposed to be. Yes. We've talked for 30. Well, I'm sorry. I've talked for like 34 minutes, and Deanna's talked for 2, which is about normal. So I will let Deanna do a little meditation, and I'll
Okay.
share my screen here. But before we do that, just a quick thing. Next Wednesday, we are actually in person at the Aligned Collective in Rochester. Now, I think out of the 7 or 8 people that have been watching so far, you all live in Buffalo, so it's a little farther away. All right. But
But
if you
it's a
are in the
nice
Rochester
drive.
area, huh?
It's a nice drive.
It is. It's a nice hour, 15-minute drive.
Yeah.
But if you are in the area, we channeled a healing a year or so ago. What it really is, it's about a rejuvenation, renewal, and it takes modalities of multiple different healings together to help one not just realign, but really rejuvenate, renew who they are, reactivate everything within them to bring forth that which they've been desiring in an easier, we're going to say anyways, more efficient manner to help you continue on your journey. So that is next Wednesday at 7:30 at the Aligned Collective here in Rochester. But I'm going to turn the screen and we're going to share here.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, that's pretty.
There we are. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Deanna and let her begin a little bit of our meditation.
Okay. All right, to everybody listening, whether you're listening live, whether you're listening on replay, put your body in a comfortable position, whatever feels comfortable to you, whether that's laying down, sitting up, standing on your head, whatever you want to do. And take a couple of nice breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel yourself begin to align and center. As you breathe normally, feel yourself in the center of your being come into alignment. Feel the joy. Feel the peace. Put your hand on your heart chakra. Feel your heartbeat. Allow yourself to float gently in that area. Allow yourself to float in the peace, in the knowing that it is a beautiful day. And close your eyes and let your mind flow.